The night has finally arrived. It's the 2018 Marties Sport Awards, and we're here at the Stellenbosch Town Hall. As you can see, our excellent student athletes are arriving, and they are looking stylish, let me tell you. If you haven't already, do go follow at Marties Sport and the hashtag Marties Sport Awards 2018 to be part of this evening, because we are celebrating these guys and girls that have been performing this whole year. And we've got a very special guest speaker, Mrs. Cass Naidu. Cannot wait to see her. She's one of my absolute heroes, and of course you student athletes are as well. So do stay tuned, stay with us on the live stream. It's going to be one heck of a night.
Welcome all to the 2018 Marties Sport Awards evening. Please be sure to keep your cell phones on silent of course. Record everything. Take photos, tweet, share and tag, so that those who cannot be here tonight can join in our celebrations of excellence. Hopefully, friends and family are watching us live on their laptops. If not, invite them to join us now. The links and hashtags are in your program.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce your host for this evening, Mr. Ibrahim Inglis. Round of applause. Thank you, Ibrahim, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2018 Marties Sport Awards. Allow me at this time to just compliment you on how stunning each and every one of you look this evening. Can you give yourselves a big round of applause? My name's Ibrahim Inglis, and I'll be your host for this evening. And tonight, we will be honoring those who have excelled in the past year. And not only those on the track and on the field, on the court, on the pitch, but also those behind the scenes working tirelessly to ensure that those athletes on the field excel in the best possible conditions. Now, I'd like to remind you that you can keep your cell phones on, but on silent, because we want you to use social media, to tweet about it, to put it on Facebook, Instagram. Don't forget to tag us at Marties Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and tweet with the hashtag Marties Awards 2018. Now also, just to give you an outline of what's happening this evening, we will be handing out awards in the first half up until about 7:30. Thereafter, we will break for supper, and then we come back for the second half of the awards. Now, I'd like to welcome all our distinguished guests here this evening. And before we get into tonight's proceedings, allow me to remind you of some of the house rules. And whenever I have to do this, I tend to go into pilot mode. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your captain for this evening, Captain Inglis. Welcome to Marties Sports Airlines. Remember that if you would like to indulge in a drink or three, the bar is on my right-hand side. The door is on the middle there of the stage. You'll see that it's clearly marked bar. Also, it goes without saying that this is a non-smoking event. And also, in the unlikely event of an evacuation that is needed, please take note of all the exits on the side of this hall and at the back. There are 2 on the sides and 2 at the back. And be sure to check where those exits are, because they might be behind you. Now, inside your program, you will find a little piece of paper like this. And on there is all the social media details that you need to tweet to Facebook and Instagram about us. And also, for those family and friends that could not make it here this evening and want to share and join in on this prestigious event, give them the link, which is www.sun.ac.za/streaming. If you forget the details, it will be there clearly marked. You can share it with them so that they can join in on this evening's events. And this piece of paper will be inside your program. Also on that piece of paper is a small little number, a red number, and that is for a lucky draw that's going to be taking place in the first part of the second half of this evening. And that lucky draw award will only be handed out to those who are seated promptly at the beginning of the second half. So we urge you to please take your seats quickly, as there are so many awards that we need to get through this evening. Now, here to celebrate achievements of 2018, let's remind ourselves of a few highlights. It feels like I was watching the trailer of an epic action movie, and there was plenty of action in 2018. But at this stage, allow me to welcome with me on stage Chief Director of Mati Sport, Mrs. Ilam Groenewald.
I most certainly loved the last couple of pictures of that video clip. Good evening, Molweni, goeienaand. Program Director, Ms. Inglis. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our guests and their respective partners. From Stellenbosch University, we have quite a long list. First and foremost, an apology from our Vice-Chancellor and Rector, Professor Wim de Villiers, who unfortunately cannot be with us this evening because he's abroad for business. However, we have Professor Stan du Plessis, our Chief Operating Officer, who's also our line manager, and that means the boss of Mati Sport. Other Rector's management team members, Dr. Ronel Retief, our registrar, our guest speaker, and most certainly one of South Africa's favorite champions and trailblazers in a number of areas, and we will learn more about her a little bit later, Ms. Cass Naidu. Mr. Mani Lombard, our Chief Director Finance, Dr. Birgit Schreiber, Senior Director Student Affairs, Campus Health Services guests, Dr. Pia Verveer, Senior Director, as well as Dr. Joanne Kirby, Mr. Gerard Lip, Senior Director Legal Services, Professor Robert Kotze, Senior Director International Relations, our Mati Sport Advisory Board members, Mr. Henry Omar, Mr. Tian Strauss, and Mr. Gert Smal, Mr. Ferdy van Dijk, Development and Alumni Relations Department, Mr. Louis Fincham, Operations Center, Facilities Management, Ms. Shemaine Klein, Manager at the Tygerberg Campus for Facilities Management, Ms. Shibu Mamabolo, Head of Employee Wellness here at Stellenbosch, Mati Sport Senior Management Team members, the Director, Mr. Jerry Laka, the Head of High Performance Unit, Mr. Sean Sermon, and our Accountant, Mr. Andy De Bruin. Our Mati Sport Senior Sport Managers, as well as Sport Managers, Operational Unit staff, Administrative staff members, as well as our facility support. Marty Sport Club leadership, the president of our Marty's Rugby Club, Mr. Freddie Ferreira, and other chairpersons and executive committee members. Our SRC representatives, outgoing chairperson, as well as the Sport and Recreation representative. All other academic staff and support services present here this evening. Our partners from University Sport, Federations and Business, and they are Mr. Rodwin Ndlovu, the second Vice President of University Sport South Africa, Mr. Loki Manisi, who's the Head of Sport at University of Cape Town, Mr. Deitzer Bosman, our ex-CEO of Varsity Cup and Varsity Sports, Mr. Rob Bernardi, the CEO of Stellenbosch Academy of Sport, Mr. Thurlow Wakefield, President of Western Province Rugby Union, Mr. Angelo Carolison, the President of Western Province, Boland Cricket Union, Mr. Faiko Mulder, the President of Western Province Hockey, our media partners, MFM, DiMarti, and some of our freelancers, most importantly, our athletes, our coaches, our support staff, and especially those who will receive awards this evening. A special welcome to each and every one of you. Wow, what an impressive list of people present. Please give yourself a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Tonight we are gathered here to celebrate yet another year, another successful year. However, perhaps important that we ask, what does success mean? For each and every one of us, success means something different, achieved in different ways, and also celebrated in different ways. So what does success mean to me as the leader at Marty Sport? Success for me is creating an enabling environment for our student athletes as our core business to develop into leaders that will have a positive impact on others. I love what I do because I understand the power of sport. And this power can only be true when we ensure that you as student athletes go for your graduation. This should be the most important task of any sport leader and any sport administrator in the higher education sport environment. To our student athletes, you continue to change our world at Stellenbosch University, at Marty Sport, and of course beyond. And this you do with participation in recreation, competitive as well as high-performance sport. My dream is for you to celebrate success in all spheres of your lives. Here at Stellenbosch University and Marty Sport, we celebrate you, not just by way of tonight's event, but we have done so throughout the year and of course for many, many other years. And we either focus on the individual or the teams. The media and communications team is doing a great job with contributions from the rest of the Marty Sport team. And I can assure you that we've tried our best to do things differently. So for example, as the program director indicated, our event will be live streamed this evening. So please make sure that you share that with family and friends. Because we definitely are extremely proud of all of your achievements. Congratulations to all of our nominees and our award recipients. You are all very awesome. To my Marty Sport team, thank you for your commitment to achieve operational excellence in showcasing and supporting our student athletes, coaches, as well as the rest of their teams, so we are able to celebrate the Maroon Machine. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please enjoy the rest of the evening.
I'd now like to call on stage Professor Stan du Plessis.
So I have the pleasure to introduce my boss. So you know, usually they send you a profile, but they don't know what you're actually bringing to the event. Professor Stan du Plessis is a macroeconomist at Stellenbosch University, but also our Chief Operating Officer and formerly the Dean of the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences, and of course, a Professor of Economics. He studied at the University of Cambridge and Stellenbosch, and is a former President of the Economic Society of South Africa. He was a member of the Harvard Group, of economists to advise the South African government on policy since 2006. Maybe he should continue with his job. So, just a side announcement to the newly appointed Minister of Finance, Mr. Tito Mboweni. We present to you a sterling candidate, however, on condition that he does so on a part-time basis, because he is here to stay. Prof. Stan's scholarly publications have focused on monetary policy and the business cycle, but of course he has written widely on other related topics. Prof. Stan is also a rated researcher with the National Research Foundation. However, it is not all serious business for Prof. Stan. He is an avid golfer, and during his younger days, he also played chess. Something interesting, Stan, that we've observed during the last couple of weeks, though. Don't worry, we are not spying on you at all. We are just very happy that you've decided to join the gym. And maybe, just maybe, he has decided to challenge our rector. 2019 Cape Town Marathon. Here, Professor Stan du Plessis is coming. So today's celebrations is also as a result of his wonderful leadership. So I've only really worked with Stan for about a year, but I want to say to you, thank you very much, because we celebrate your leadership also this evening. We are looking forward to your message on behalf of the university.
Thank you. Thank you. Ilham, thank you for those very kind words. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful evening. We look forward to it for the entire year, and we're here to honor Marty's student athletes who have done extraordinary things this year. These athletes are the modern stars of an ancient tradition. We have about 3,000 years of history of what we now call organized sport. That is to say, sport that is not merely a preparation for war or part of a religious cult, but an end in itself. We read in history and we see in archaeology that physical excellence was, for example, part of the Greek ethos in the Bronze Age. In Homer, written variously about 2,800 years ago, we read how the hero Odysseus, who was, by the way, a very poor traveler, he kept on crashing into the next destination. And so he washed up on the shores of the Phaeacians. They were very keen athletes. And so they made him watch their prowess. And at the end of the display, one of them chose to insult Odysseus with the claim, "You are no athlete." At which point he stood up, took the biggest of the discuses, and lobbed it way beyond the best shot of the Phaeacians. Our Marty athletes stand in this proud tradition of mighty Odysseus. For like him, they are not only athletes, but student athletes. They face unique challenges, and Marty Sport and the university would like to honor student athletes whose hard work and dedication led to success both on the sport field and, more importantly, in the classroom. While other students are still in bed, they are in the gymnasium or in the swimming pool. While other students use weekends to catch up on work or on sleep or with friends, our student athletes are traveling to different parts of the country for their next match or league games. While other students sit in the stands, possibly with a beer in hand, our athletes face the pressure of the decisive play on the field. But these student athletes reap rewards when they graduate, and they do graduate because we focus to support their academics first. When they graduate, they have more than an academic resume and more than a list of sporting achievements. They have the character that was formed through discipline, commitment, perseverance, teamwork, and time management. and they leave Stellenbosch University as well-rounded Marties with the graduate attributes that we like to instill in all of our students. So before we start with the act of distinguishing this evening, where we hand out prizes to particular students and teams, I want to ask all of you to give a general round of applause to our fantastic student athletes who we honor here this evening. It really was a pleasure to be involved with Marty Sport this year. And now, before we hand out the prizes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a rare treat for you. It is my great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker for the evening, Ms. Cass Naidu. Our guest speaker has a passion for sport in South Africa and for women's sport. 12 years ago, she created G Sport for Girls to raise the profile of South African women in sport and to encourage corporate South Africa to back female athletes. It has been a fantastic success and is the country's longest-running women's recognition platform. And if you're not a regular visitor to gsport.co.za yet, I encourage you to add it as a favorite. In 2014, our then Minister of Sport included Cass amongst the 50 women who've received the first inaugural Women in Sports Awards for her achievement in sports broadcasting and her effort to shine the spotlight on women's sport. This brings me to her broadcasting, which is where Cass built her career. Since the age of 14, she dreamed of becoming a cricket commentator. In her pursuit of this dream, she acquired extensive media experience in print, radio, television, and online media. At the tender age of 27, she achieved her dream when she became South Africa's first female television cricket commentator. Since then, this seasoned TV sports anchor has anchored the ICC Cricket World Cup finals for the SABC at 4 occasions, in a body of work which also includes anchoring the public broadcaster's coverage of the Glasgow 2014 Commonwealth Games and the 2016 Rio Paralympic Games. Cass's CV includes 4 years with Cricket South Africa, working across commercial, marketing, events, communication, and social media, with a focus on growing and shaping the brands of Cricket South Africa and the Proteas. Promoting sport and South Africa at every opportunity, Cass uses various platforms to support these twin passions. You can see her love for sport from the 4 stars she once said she would invite to dinner if she had a free choice. They are Gary Player, Penny Haynes, Graham Smith, and our own Mornay du Plessis. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to listen to a South African who has raised the profile of sport and of women's sport, with the belief that sport has a crucial role to play to unlock the potential of this great country. Cass, we are your eager audience.
Wow, I don't think I need to speak, and I generally don't like guest speakers because I'm an event owner, and generally I find guest speakers talk too much, and at an awards evening it's an opportunity for everyone to get together. But having said that, it's an incredible honor to be here at Marty Sport Awards tonight. It's an institution I hold very dear to my heart because of the excellence that you show across academics and sport. But mostly I'm scared of Ilham Groenewald, which is why I said yes tonight. I don't think anyone says no to her. A wonderful CV being read out, but my main role in life is I'm a mom of 3. I have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And the way we work is I ask them permission if I can go out to work, and if they say yes, I do. And if it's no, then I stay at home and make churros and I bake bread. But I'm here tonight because I sincerely believe in the platform of recognition And I feel that at university sport level, you are charging forward and literally leaving your competition in the wake of your success. And I think right at the top, I have to say, hats off to varsity sport. Hey, what have you done to this country with this incredible initiative that is stirring everyone to try to achieve great success? So I'd like to say congratulations to Francois Pina and the team over the years for what they've done with varsity sport, and congratulations to all of you for what's to come tonight. Thank you so much for having me here today. When I was 14 years old, I was a very lost teenager, just getting up to mischief and not really knowing what my passion was. And one day I walked past the television and I heard the most incredible West Indian accent, a woman commentating cricket, and I fell in love. And 6 hours later, I was standing in front of the TV watching cricket and thinking, there's something about it, but my heart feels as though I'd just fallen in love. I went up to my mom and I said, I think I found my passion. I'm going to become South Africa's first female cricket commentator. I think you all understand at the time, and I'll give my age away, in 1992, it was all white, cricket was all white, and my mom said, I just want to advise you that you're going to fail, and you probably best become a teacher or a lawyer or something that we could celebrate, but I would hate for you to have your heart broken. And that was the first bit of motivation I needed to move forward. And I still remind her of that this day, and she hates it, because she did not want me to be hurt. And I think sometimes when someone hasn't achieved something before, we generally don't want people to be hurt. And my message to you is, if it's never been done before, go out there and smash it, because there's a reason why history is there to be rewritten. So I managed to get my brother to become my mentor. He was 2 years older than me, and he taught me everything I needed to know about cricket, including how to bunk school and get to Kingsmead at 2:30 so we could get that first over in, sitting under the scoreboard and watching it. And long story short, at the age of 25, I got an opportunity to commentate for SABC, and now standing here at the age of 40, I'm still involved, still happily involved, because I managed to take an 8-year break to go and do what I should be doing, and that is to be a mom. And the reason why I tell you this is because people like Ilham Groenewald, who really stands head and shoulders above all of us, it doesn't just happen. Success isn't a straight line. It's not something that you start here and you end there. There are so many things that happen in between that you have got to embrace and use to enhance your life. That's why when people ask me, what is the greatest achievement in your life? And that is being a mom 3 times. That's the greatest lessons that I can learn are from my children. But 12 years ago, having achieved what I did as a commentator, I felt an urge to help women in sport in South Africa, because every woman I interviewed on my radio show on SAFM told me a story of struggle. And it hurt, because I felt I'd been supported to get to where I was, but women in sport in South Africa weren't supported. So I quit my radio show, and my husband and I went on this long walk, and after about 8 Ks, we looked at each other and we said, well, what are we going to do for women's sport? And it was the time when online media was becoming quite big. So we rented a server, we hopped onto Google, and we found out how to launch a website. And we built a website from scratch, and we started telling the story of women's sport. 12 years later, we run the country's National Women's Sport Awards, and we have a thriving online initiative, which just 2 weeks ago we launched the G-Sport Classifieds, where you can advertise free of charge if you work in women's sport and you offer your services, or you're looking for a hockey stick or whatever it is. But I have dedicated my life for the last 12 years to women's sport because I really believe in you. And I really believe that we need to do more in order to see better results. I think if you look at the Youth Olympics now, the first 3 medals that came through were from women. The first gold medal was from a triathlete, a sporting code that doesn't get as much support as perhaps you would get in cricket and football. So to be here tonight is very special because I sincerely believe in recognizing excellence and recognizing people that keep doing more for sport in South Africa. People often say, why have awards? It's a waste of time. But that feeling of handing an award to someone and inspiring them to do more. You can't shake that off. And I was actually saying to Ilham, every year I finish the G Sport Awards, I have a sense of pain of those people that haven't been honored before. So a platform like this is really important because it allows everyone to dream big. It allows you to go back home and remind your children how important it is to put education first and ensure that your sport is right there with you. I went through the list in the program tonight, and there's so many athletes that I know of at a national level. And this is a stepping stone for you, heading towards the South African Sport Awards, where hopefully one day many of you will be standing up there receiving ministerial recognition awards. South African sport is going through a very interesting time right now in terms of gender equity, in terms of transformation, and it seems loaded and it seems heavy, but I don't think it is. I think it comes from a deep sense of sincerity that when you look back at 1995, for instance, and what the Rugby World Cup triumph did for this country, and you look at 23 years later, we still talk about it because of what it achieved for us and what it made us believe in. So I don't want to be here too long. I just want to say to you, thank you very much for having me here. And if there's one lesson I can leave with you, that is to live in the moment and grab every opportunity you're given, because you do not want to look back years later and say, it was right in front of me and I failed to see the joy that was there. So often we chase our tails and try to look for what is great, and the greatest thing is right in front of you. You have a deep sense of history here, and I often say to my children, it's institutions like Marty's that hold us up in the highest stead when we talk globally about student sport. A final word to Ilham Groenewald, who is one of the highest rated sports administrators in the country. I see her as a future Minister of Sport. I see her as someone that people like me can look up to and one day want to be like you. So I deeply appreciate the opportunity to be here, and I want to commit from G Sport for Girls that all the winners, all the women winners here tonight will be celebrated, will be reported on, and will be cherished on all G Sport platforms going forward from tonight. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. All the very best.
Thank you very much, Kaz. And before you leave, we would like to present you with a gift as a token of our appreciation. And also allow me to take this opportunity to agree with you, Kaz. Yes, no one does say no to Ilham at all. And also, allow me to also say what an inspiration you are truly, because at the particular radio station that I work for, the sport presenters who are women actually now outnumber the male sport readers on our radio station. And so many of them, in fact, all of them mention Kaz as their inspiration in the career choice that they've taken in sport presenting, especially in radio. So thank you once again. Another round of applause for Kaz Naidoo. Since January this year, Marty Sport has grown its digital presence astronomically on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, thanks to our loyal fans, our Marty's MVFs, which is our most valued fans, student athletes, and alumni. In fact, through our multi-platform posts, we have achieved a reach of 1.7 million in 10 months of this year, and our followers number 12,000 across channels. Each week, our HP channel flights 60 seconds, a video profile of our star athletes. Be inspired.
Here at Marty Sport, we draw inspiration from our remarkable student athletes. Mottos by which they live are ones we should claim as our own. Be inspired.
With God, nothing is impossible.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Cheers.
Only boring people get bored, quote unquote, my gran.
There's no easy way from the earth to the stars.
You don't always know when opportunity is going to come, but you can prepare for it.
The harder you work, the luckier you get. Doesn't matter how hard you get hit, but about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Impossible is nothing. Put your mind to it, you can achieve it.
Just kind of take it day by day. Where there's a will, there's a way. I just believe in that.
Definitely YOLO. You only live once.
have a positive outlook and believe that the best will always come out of every situation.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. This changes every once in a while, but at the moment is better never stops.
Enjoy the small things in life, because I think later on you'll realize that they're actually the big things.
Failure is an option, but giving up is never.
And at this time, I'd like to call up Professor Stan du Plessis once again to the stage, because I think at this time it is appropriate to present a special award.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stellenbosch University recently announced its first ever Media Excellence Award, with recognition to 30 of the university's top media commentators and newsmakers for 2018. The awards, which is an initiative of our Corporate Communication Division, were bestowed in 3 categories, namely newsmaker, thought leaders, and for co-workers, those who contribute towards getting our colleagues into the news media. As sportsmen and women, though, you will know what I mean when I say that sometimes we drop the ball. At the university's event last week, where the first recipients of these newsmakers were honored, Marty Sport was omitted due to an oversight by the adjudication panel. The problem was, ironically, that Marty Sport is so successful at generating good news for the university that the university's service provider for media monitoring has an entirely separate category for sport. And they left out this category out of contention when they judged the newsmakers for 2018. But our colleagues in corporate communication realized their mistake and asked that I help them correct it here this evening. Marty Sport is an extremely worthy recipient of Stellenbosch University's Newsmaker Award for 2018, based on the publicity generated not only by the successes of our teams and individual athletes, but also due to the committed hard work by our colleagues who do the media relations on behalf of Marty Sport. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite our Chief Director for Sport, Ilam Groenewald, to the stage. And let us recognize Marty Sport as a worthy recipient in the category Newsmaker 2018.
Ilam, if I could just ask you to remain on stage with me for this next section to hand over the first sets of awards. And ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get into the real business of the night, the sport prizes? Can we try that again, please? And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I think they might be hungry. All right, and what we're going to do is, in the various categories, I would like you to take a look at the program to see when your category will be up. And what I need you to do is, if you are in that category, to line up on my right-hand side, your left-hand stage, at that ramp over there. You need to line up, and what you're going to do is you're going to proceed up the ramp. You're going to receive your award. You're going to pause very briefly for a quick photograph, and then you are going to walk behind me. There'll be somebody here on the side of the stage in the wings to lead you through a door in the wings where you'll proceed for your official photograph in that side foyer over there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it.
Merit Award.
And the recipient is...
Merit Award, Administrative Service. This is awarded to students who have actively represented the university through service in higher education and or in senior national executive committees of sport federations.
And the recipient is Keegan van Aarde. Keegan looking very dashing here this evening. Just walk over there on this side for me, Keegan. Somebody will lead you there for your official photograph.
Merit Award. Student Administrator of the Year. This is awarded to a student who has actively represented a sports club or clubs in an administrative and or team management capacity.
And the nominees are Nicola Gilomere for Marty's Cycling and Mark Moyer, Marty's Surfing. And the winner is Nicola Gilomere. Unfortunately, Nicola couldn't be present here. Oh, she is. All right. Thank you very much. One more time, a round of applause for Nicola. Nicola, you can just proceed.
Merit Award. Chief Director, Multi-Sport. This is awarded to non-students who are registered and active club members with notable competitive performance at junior, senior, national or international level.
And the recipients are Louet Rabi, water polo, Faye Tunnicliffe, cricket, Eric LaRue for swimming, Richard Miller, swimming, Darren Minis, swimming, then Reynard Hammond, parasports, Tashreeq Adams, parasports, Shanae Felix, parasports, Carly Pretorius, parasports, Keenan Klutter, parasports, Bilal Dramat, parasports, Paul Daniels, parasports. At this stage, could they proceed to the stage to receive their awards? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, before I continue with the rest of the list, if your category is next, please make your way to the stage beforehand so that we can welcome you on stage with that award. Paul Daniels, parasports as well. Matthew Brooks, parasports. Anrune Liebenberg, parasports. Tony Mold, parasports. Zanele Situ, parasports. Jaden Flagg, athletics. Linford Marie, athletics. And Alec Brown, service to Marty Sports. Congratulations to all the recipients.
Chief Director Merit Award, Executive Committee Leadership. This is awarded to Marty Sports staff who served a full term of office and who have contributed and provided leadership at a national, international level.
All right, at this stage, I'd also like to once again call on Alec Brown for service to Marty Sports. Has he come? Okay, all right. Moving on to Chief Director Merit Award. And the recipients are, and if you could line up on my right-hand side, your left-hand side of that ramp, Vincel Barnard.
Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. So this award is extremely special. Unfortunately, as we all know him, Alec will be leaving the employment of Stellenbosch University this year. And he's been around for many, many, many years. Alec has asked me not to mention the number of years, because he said, I'll be back. Alec, in 2014, toe ek hier by Stellenbosch Universiteit begin werk het jy daar op die stoep van die Jannie Maree huis gestaan en my verwelkom. Maar eintlik het ek Alec al lankal geken, want ek is mos al lankal in die ronde. And I've seen Alec at Kutsenberg since I was very, very young. Not that I visited Stellenbosch University very often, you know those years. And guess what? Every morning when I arrive at the office, just after 7 o'clock, Alec is there. Some mornings, he even offered me a cup of coffee. But Alec knows that I'm very finicky about coffee. So he drinks the re-coffee, I drink the percolated coffee. And he says to me, nee, ek drink nie die machine se koffie nie. Alec, ek gaan ons oggendtye mis. Jy het nog 'n paar maande oor, maar ek gaan definitief ons oggendtye mis. En wat ek definitief nie gaan mis nie, Alec sit die ligte te vroeg af daar in die kantoor. And you all know that's an old house. You don't want to be there something closer to 7 o'clock p.m. But Alec, you've been a sterling colleague. Many of the other colleagues at Marty Sport have known you for much longer. But for me, it's not about how long you've known a person, but it's about the quality time that you are spending with a person and that you've spent with a person. And you know, myself and Alec, we could talk about a lot of stuff, politics. Cass, you speak about the state of sport. We always moan about leadership. We talk about, by the way, Alec knows the newspapers and the content thereof a lot better than me. And he would give me, you know, soos hulle sê in Afrikaans, 'n hupstoot en wat gebeur het oor die naweek. I'm pretty sure that particularly the rugby office will miss you dearly. But Alec, this award is very, very special because you've served particularly rugby for a very, very long time. So we have something special for you. Thank you very much for your wonderful services.
Chief Director Merit Award, Executive Committee Leadership. This is awarded to Marty Sports staff who served a full term of office and who have contributed and provided leadership at a national, international level.
And the recipients are Wenzel Barnard, Candice Williams, Karen Swart, Quentin van Rooyen, Reggie Smith, Mtunzi Heu, Hadley Folkvane, Faisal Simon, Ilam Grunewald, Jerry Laka, Karen Yichu, Brett Wood, Cedric Finch, and Pierre Derube. Round of applause, please. Congratulations. All right. Have all the recipients at this stage, I'd like to say thank you very much, Ilam Grunewald, for joining us on stage. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to call on Stellenbosch University Registrar, Dr. Ronel Retief, to the stage to hand over our next award.
Academic Achievers of the Year. This is awarded to high-performance first-team student athletes who have achieved a cum laude aggregate in the previous academic year and who have remained committed to their respective clubs.
And the recipients are Tom Richardson, hockey; Michaela Giltrow, hockey; Johan van Niekerk, rugby; Audrey Ace, netball; Lindsay Ann Sparrow, netball; and Annika Pretorius, parasports. And recipients, remember to take a look at the program to see if you're going to be in the next category so that you can stand by on the right-hand side at that ramp over there. On this side. On this side. And then somebody will go. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Ronel. At this stage, I'd like to call on MFM's Veronique Small to come on stage to present our next award.
Media Personality of the Year. This is awarded to a student athlete who has achieved at sport level and who has a strong media presence.
And the nominees are Edwil van der Merwe, rugby, and Neil Chippy Olofse, rugby. And the winner is Edwil van der Merwe. Edwil couldn't be here this evening, but we have now called on Johan Momsen to accept the award on his behalf. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to MFM's Veronique Small.
Lifetime Achievement Award. This is awarded to the man or woman who over a minimum of 10 years has dedicated their life to making a difference in South African student sports or for Stellenbosch University sport.
And the recipients are Professor Liz Brisson, Bilius Potgieter, and Jackie Wieser. Big round of applause for our Lifetime Achievement Award winners. Unfortunately, none of our winners in that category could have made it this evening, but we will accept it on their behalf. But a big round of applause for them nonetheless. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a break for supper. It's probably the most important time of the evening for you at this stage. What will happen at this time is there will be a hostess that will be attending to your table. There are groups of tables that will be led to specific areas to collect their food and to eat. We'll be doing it buffet style. A hostess will be attending to your table to tell you where you need to proceed. Thereafter, during the break, there is a photo op screen in the foyer for you to capture tonight as a forever moment. And the bar is, of course, to your left, my right. It's clearly marked over there, that middle door. And remember to use social media during the break, to tweet, Instagram, Facebook about us. Use the hashtag Marty's Awards 2018. We still have so much excellence to reward, so we ask you to refresh yourselves efficiently as possible and be ready to go live again at 8:20 sharp. And as an incentive, we will be doing a lucky name draw at 8:20, but you'll only be eligible if you are seated at that time, 8:20. We'll see you then.
Well, there we heard it from our guest speakers and from Mrs. Ilam Groenewald, Marty's Chief Director of Sport. What an evening it is so far. Some awesome awards going to our student athletes and those that have worked tirelessly behind the scenes. Now, Marty Sports prides itself in having over 30 sporting codes, and to add to that experience, so no matter what level you are, high performance, club level, or socially through the RALU, the Recreation Active Lifestyle Unit, led by Kiran Maharaj, who actually has added Cascade and esports to the mix. Now, the thing is, for those of you who don't know, esports is electronic sports. Yes, it's 2018. That's part of sport this year. But let's hear from Kiran Maharaj about esports.
RALU is Recreation Active Lifestyles Unit. It was created a few years ago by Marty Sport to engage and activate students who are not interested in competitive sport codes, not interested in joining clubs or leagues and playing Tuesday and Thursday at 7 o'clock on the field. So it's providing alternative fun activities to make sport more inclusive, so it's not just for high performance student athletes. The kinds of activities we have range from zorball racing, action archery, bubble soccer. We even had a full-on jumping castle. There was an obstacle course that the students had to run through. There was a balance board, a mechanical surfboard. All these fun things, and of course it lends to other activities like the International Week of University Sport, which entertains and celebrates university sport over the week in September. And then we've moved on to things like CASCA. Of course, we're still debating the name, but it's pretty much using the students to get their minds involved with, to put together a Lego style, how to put a car together, and they race it as if they were doing go-karts or drag races down a parking lot on a Saturday morning. And then the big flagship of this, I think this unit has been very successful with, is esports. It's not traditionally a sport. It's more like competitive gaming, which requires students to sit behind a computer or a console and actually use things like strategic understanding, spatial awareness. There's educational advantages, physiological benefits for players. They use repetitive action such as swinging the bat or targeting. So it's a hand-eye coordination. It helps train the brain and muscles to perform in real-life activities. Studies have attributed the repeated themes and trial and error, which helps players recover faster. And this can be adapted and applied in real life. So it makes them come up with solutions and prevents them from making the same mistakes again. Esports rolling out in the following way. It's gender fluid. It doesn't look at that. It includes physically disabled and physically able people. All across all ages. You could be a first year taking on a MBA student and you wouldn't know about it because you're not represented by those real life monikers in the gaming world. Doesn't matter your fitness level. It's just everybody can play. The Korean Olympic Committee has made it a level 2 Olympic sport, which means on the level of chess. And chess is renowned for being the thinking sport of the world. Furthermore, you've got teams like West Ham. Their number 50 jersey belongs to a FIFA eSport player. Teams like Schalke have got League of Legends players, and some of the other, Paris Saint-Germain has actually bought an entire Counter-Strike team. Now these are sport clubs that are buying teams that don't play necessarily football, but they play other games. At one stage in 2013, it was a $67 billion industry. In the last 5 years, it's jumped to an $87 billion industry. There's an academy in the Philippines that's offering a Bachelor of Science degree in game development to answer this growing need. Usually I would say watch the space, but I'm going to say watch your devices and catch Marty Sport and Raghu rule the e-sport arena in South Africa.
That's it from Kiran Mehraj, and that's the thing about Marty Sport. It's all about inclusivity. So at the start of the year, when our students arrive here on campus, Kutsenberg rolls out the green carpet, as we like to call it, and we show off what Kutsenberg has to offer. 2018 is a very special year for Stellenbosch University. Not only are we celebrating our 100th year at the Stellenbosch University, Mati Sport also has the second oldest club in the country. It was founded 143 years ago, and man, did the guys make sure we know exactly that this is a big year for Stellenbosch University. Our Varsity Cup guys brought home the Varsity Cup trophy, and we were super proud of them, and they received a hero's welcome. A lot of gees, as we say here in Stellenbosch, and we were super proud of the guys bringing home that Varsity Cup trophy. Now the thing is, not only is it important for us to perform on the field here at Mati Sport, but we choose to change lives through sport. So Mati Sport, every school holiday, they host a life-changing clinic where they look at some of our communities where they need help, and this is what we do.
Ik ga bij de Rotia school. Ik hou van goed spelen in het weekend om hier bij Mati te wezen. Die programma's gaan en als fan dingen doen, als met meer van aan de moeilijkheid af. Ik werk nou bij de schrijfjaard en ik spaar elke maand eraan. En dan zal ik groter raken. Dat ik met Pieter Week zoek. Dan wil ik mijn eigen company beginnen. Als ik de CEO was van mijn eigen company. Mijn eigen te own. Misschien maak ik sportkleren of maties. Dat is mijn droom.
I'm Joanie Tambala from Mati Sport. I am the coordinator for community interaction at Stellenbosch University. We at Mati Sport, we focus on the needs in the community, and through community interaction programs, we develop youth holistically. Sports I see as a universal language for kids, and because kids like to play, we as Mati Sport use the sport as a vehicle to do youth development.
All you see tonight, everything that's going out digitally, is thanks to our Mati Sport media machine. They've worked hard, and when those creative juices flow, man, they get going. So here's some of the stuff they got up to in 2018. ladies lost out in the semi-finals of the varsity netball, everyone was there to back them, and that's what counts, eh? Next year, girls, we can do it. 2019 champions, Marties, come on, we can do it. Now, next up, we have a very cool one they call the Stay in the Dark, or a dark video for a trial run and some great adventure Marty Sport had planned. Here it is. It's cool, eh? Creative juices start flowing and they come up with stuff like this. Now, the next one is one of Marty Sport's newest sports, and that's Cascade racing. Check it out.
I met you in the dark, you lit me up, you made me feel as though I wasn't up. We danced the night away, we drank too much. I didn't know that I was ready for love. Then you smiled over your shoulder. For a minute I was stone cold sober. I pulled you closer to my chest, and you asked me to stay over. I said I already told you, I think that you should get some rest. I knew I loved you then, but you'd never know, 'cause I played it cool when I was...
Cascade racing, part of Marty Sport. So if you're coming to study, if you know someone who absolutely loves it, come check it out, man. Come join the Maroon Machine. Now, lastly, it was Valentine's Day in February in the midst of the Varsity Cup. So Marty Sport Media Machine put together a little Be My Marty video.
I met you in the dark, you lit me up, you made me feel as though I wasn't up. We danced the night away, we drank too much. I didn't know that I was ready for love. Then you smiled over your shoulder. For a minute I was stone cold sober. I pulled you closer to my chest, and you asked me to stay over. I said I already told you, I think that you should get some rest. I knew I loved you then, but you'd never know, 'cause I played it cool when I was scared of letting go. I knew I needed you, but I never showed.
Director of Sport, Mrs. Elam Groenewald. Now she puts her words into action, and let's hear from her how 2018 went.
Well, the 4 years has actually been very short, to be honest. So we've become a lot more integrated with the rest of Stellenbosch University. We've depended on a lot of leadership outside of Stellenbosch University, including Marty Sport, etc. And I think most importantly, we are no longer being referred to as that side of the river, and we don't use that phrase anymore either. So it's been a wonderful 4 years. Leadership was very important for me, and so I decided to tap into the alumni, and so we put together a sport advisory board. And the purpose of the board is to allow us to think differently and get the external thoughts around taking Marty Sport forward. A key feature of our strategic framework was definitely the high performance unit. Secondly was the establishment of a recreation and active lifestyle unit. And for me that's key, because we're the only university in South Africa that actually has a unit called RAL. And that's phenomenal. The other key thing is our media and comms. Phenomenal work being done by the team. It was hard at first. I think the first 18 months was really tough. Media and communication is key because it allows us to share what we do in one way or the other, shape the perceptions of people around who we are and what we're doing. We needed to understand the role of technology, the importance of technology, and particularly our digital platforms. Social media is key in communicating with the students and making them understand different ways of communication. Have we achieved that objective? Absolutely. I think our numbers have increased by 300% plus, and that means that we are doing things in the right way. Now, we've always been a strong brand, I believe, but we needed to do things differently, and how we reach out to our students, and for example the initiative around the Most Valued Fan experience. It's something unique. I think the students that participated in that, they were just wonderful throughout every competition. We celebrated the centenary of Stellenbosch University this year, so it's important that we look at the past, but even more important, and how are we going to use the past to develop a future that makes sense to our generation of today. And yes, we still have a lot of work ahead of us, but there are some really impressive success stories to be told. Social change is key, and the impact that each and every individual can make, including myself, that drives me on a day-to-day basis in terms of what I do here at Stellenbosch University and elsewhere. So we have a couple of initiatives, strategic initiatives, such as our community engagement programs, where we have holiday programs, but also specific sport codes that would drive that. And leadership in this particular space is given by our director, Jerry Laka. The aspect of leadership is key, and then so hopefully in the near future we will have a Centre for Sport Leadership. We have to look at our younger generation and see how we can make a success of a leadership program over the next 3, 5 and 10 years. The last aspect for me is about transformation. Now, what is transformation? It's not just about people and the demographics. It is about everything that you do. And it must be led by leadership that believes that transformation is part of everything that you do in your organization. It is not a standalone. And I believe that as Matie Sport, we have certainly achieved that.
Mrs. Elam Groenewald certainly putting her words into action as the head of Matie Sport, or the Chief Director of Matie Sport. Great to have her on board. Now tonight, I'm sure you've heard the word high performance thrown around a lot. Now we're chatting to the head of high performance, Sean Sermon here at Matie's, to shed some light on what exactly that entails.
The High Performance Program is a program that is built around student-athlete sport across different sporting codes, and the purpose of the program is to implement services to enhance the performance of each individual team. And those services are across various aspects, from sports medicine through holistic development and all sorts of technology that we use to optimize the performance of our teams. From 2012, what has happened is we've launched our HP program around 10 different sporting codes, and they cover 14 different teams. So the codes are athletics, cricket, football, hockey, men and women, netball, rugby sevens, rugby 15s and rugby young guns. We also have swimming, parasport, tennis, mountain bike and cycling, and also basketball. Within this structure, we have a total of around 300 high-performance student athletes, of which we've got to carry about 230 of them on sports bursaries. So the seasonal NUSA competitions have become a platform where the teams qualify for the varsity sport, and within this competition we are also working towards promoting the transformation of sport and our representation of black student athletes across all the codes. And so the top 8 in the USA competition will qualify for the varsity sports competition, and we're approaching where these two competitions actually have the same competition rules when it comes to transformation. So at Marties, we are one of the few universities that were seen as traditionally white universities that we are excelling in our transformation numbers and our representation of our teams. The fundamental support program of the high performance program is, we refer to it as the IMAS program, and IMAS is the short for Integrated Medicine and Science. And there are 3 main areas within this program. The first is sports medicine, which covers all medical services that is important within sport and exercise medicine. So these are doctors, these are dietitians, orthopedic surgeons, etc., and our physiotherapists, biokineticists, and so forth. And a partner in this is our own campus health services, which we have our own 3 sports physicians and also our physiotherapy and biokinetics unit that support us in that. Secondly, there is the concept of performance enhancement, where strength and conditioning, so the guys and the girls who take the teams in the gyms, that's one component. We use various forms of technology to enhance the performance. We also do performance analysis, where we video our teams and individuals to give them feedback on their performance. And performance psychology is a big service that we supply. And lastly, but not least, is also vision and decision training to optimize the performance of our teams. So then our third aspect of the program is the PACER program, which is our holistic student athlete support program. And PACER stands for persistence, authenticity, community engagement, empathy and resilience. And the PACER program is specifically designed to support our students in this regard. So we have a system in place where our club managers have a role to play in keeping a tab on the academic performance of the students, and our coaches sit with the responsibility to keep a tag on the performance of our student athletes on an individual basis. And the services of Dr. Graham Kingma within our PACER program is available on a one-on-one basis, which we refer to as performance lifestyle coaching. And this service is freely available to our student athletes, and when they need to consult and ask for help, whether it is with time management, career choices, subject choices and so forth. So the life of a student athlete is much different than the normal academic student. The schedules, let's start with that. We start our training at 5:30 a.m. in the mornings, and we train in the gym before class, so they are in the gym 5:30 till around 7:30 a.m. where after they rush to the shower, get dressed and then off to class at 8 a.m. Some of the student athletes train over lunchtime between 12 and 2, and then from 5:30 till around 7 to 8, and some codes even up to 9 to 9:30 in the evening. That is their coaching time. So at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day and over weekends when they partake in their competitions, this is when the student athlete is busy with their sport. So in and amongst all of that, they have to fit in their average of 8 hours of class a day, and their study time, their preparation for tests, their preparation for exams. Some of these athletes also go on tours, whether it's national, international, or these big competitions that we partake in. So there are a lot of times that they don't get to class and they have to catch up. The assumption around student athletes not being academically strong is a total myth. For the last year, we've had an 83% pass rate from 2017 to 2018, which has been exactly the same pass rate as the average on the academic student population of this university. So we also sit with the clever ones.
Now, in my opinion, Marty's is one of the best campuses in the world and one of the best sporting facilities in the world, if I can say that. So we chatted with Mr. Jerry Larker, Marty's sport director, to hear what our campus and specifically our sport have to offer.
Marty's Sport is blessed with Kutzenberg because we are based in the Cape Winelands in the Stellenbosch area, and we're just below the mountain and also next to the river, and for the mere fact that we've got a number of sporting facilities which are allocated in the same area, so it gives us an edge over other universities. The facilities that we have, we've got almost about 9 rugby fields, we've got 4 cricket fields, we've got the Kutzenberg Center, which also caters for about 6 sporting courts, we've got the Kutzenberg Athletic Stadium, which also caters for football and athletics, hockey astro fields, which also meet international standards, meaning that we can be able to host international competitions, and we've got also additional hockey grass fields, and also we've got the international Olympic-sized swimming pool, which also can be able to host international swimming competitions. We've got about 8 outdoor netball courts, and also we've got a 2 multi-purpose sand pitches, which caters for volleyball, rugby, futsal, and also tennis. And we've got also Lentulus football fields, which is the home of Marty's football. And we also have the Real Mountain Track on the Kutzenberg Mountain, which also has an international track, of which we hosted the World Mountain Biking Championships, which was held in March 2018. And we have the world-renowned Tariq Harvey Stadium, which is the home of Marty's Rugby. Marty's Sport caters for 30 sporting codes, from HP sporting codes, community sporting codes, and recreation sporting codes, which is from surfing, rowing, canoeing, chess, badminton, tennis, and the rest. We also cater for a campus internal league, which is called the COSACE. So close to about 4,000 students participate in the campus leagues. And we also have a recreation and lifestyle unit, which caters for all the students who don't want to participate in high performance, competitive sport, just to participate in any leisure activities. So in 2017 we had 12,000 plus students who participated in the recreation and lifestyle unit organized programs. And we also cater for our local communities. We cater for our wonderful alumni who are also always available to come to our facilities, and most importantly for our most valuable fans who are always rallying behind our Marty's Sport team. We are blessed as Marty's Sport to have a university dedicating a sports residence. We also in that residence accommodate the students' needs and requirements in terms of participation in their sport and also in their academic requirements. and make sure that ultimately they are having a proper nutritional meals on daily basis that can assist them to participate. My goal is for us as Multisport to try and make sure that we give more support to the recreation and lifestyle unit. I want to see the climbing wall in the Kutzenberg and also the outdoor recreational park being built at Kutzenberg and within our university spaces and within the residences. And I'm definitely sure that we will get there.
Quite impressive, hey? The Maroon Machine. Everything that goes on the field and off it is quite impressive. Now we've got another Oom here that's very impressive as well, Mr. Alec Brown. He received a merit award today from the Chief Director at Marty Sport for service to Marty Sport. Now, Oom Alec, you were quite emotional up there. What was going through your mind?
Ag, deur my man gaan ons deur die sekere jare dat ek nog gewerk het met die studente. En as ek terugdink aan my tyd 45 jaar by Marty Sport, Kutzenberg, die Dani Kremerstane was nog nie daar nie. Ons oud sportkantore was onder by Kutzenberg Atletiek. Ons was daar gewees, ons daar rugby gespeel. En daar het ek begin. En vir my was het voorreg om op te skryf toe die Dani Kremerstadion gebou was, opening, ek was deel van die opening. Ek het die telling gehou daarvoor, scorebord al die jare. En wat Marty Sport vir my beteken het, was fantasties. Ek sê het, as goeie tye gewees, ek in 'n lewe gaan was op en af, en maar lekker tye gewees. En die studentenlewe, die groot ding wat my nog, my ouwe 65, is die studente, die rugbyspelers, cricketspelers, swemouwens, ek was daar, hockeyspelers, ek was oral betrokke aan al die sporte. Ek het, was ook dan is team manager vir Marty Waterpolo, wat hulle sal weet het. En by hockey was ek betrokke gewees. En 35 jaar by cricket, 35 jaar by rugby, en in algemeen 45 jaar by Marty Sport. En Marty Sport is 'n lieflike plek, 'n lieflike omgewing vir. Ek dink ons universiteit is bevoorreg om so te plek. Ek dink ons sportmanne besef dit tydjie nie, maar dit is bevoorreg om so fasiliteite te hê, velde wat alles netjies is, alles. En studente, ek dink studente vandag die sportmanne, hulle laat jy nie ouer voel, laat jy jonger voel, want jy doen tydjie goed saam hulle.
I was just about to ask, how do you still look so young?
That is the other sometimes they ask me to go to Akker, and there's a couple of some drinks there, and now they
who pays?
They pay. They pay, and not end. Of a couple of brandies. The time you look at the time is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now you must go. They ask you, one of the guys, take you home, and my wife asked me, "Is the game now finished?" I say yes.
At 2 o'clock in the morning?
Yes, I say, there was a replay.
Now just tell us, what are some of your, if you could pick one highlight from your time at Marty's, what would it be?
My one highlight was to work with Doc Craven. I was working with him in die tyd toe transformasie, al die goeders, samen zijn, het Doc iemand vir my kom kuier. En toen was ik bezig met clubs met elkaar, dat ons het oorkom. Toen ik gras gesneden, toen kom stop bij mijn huis en hij is in, en gesels. De volgende ochtend roep hij mij. En hij zei van mij, ik wil niet voor jullie zeggen, jullie praten van apartheid. Maar jullie veroorzaken zelf apartheid. Want jullie brengen grandhuizen, karren, onder de hoekjes mensen, denk dat wat honger krijgen, denk dat niks van niet. En Doc Craven was een groot figuur geweest. Alleen met die mensen gehou van hem, hij was eerlijk geweest. En ik zei altijd, ik kijk altijd op naar Doc Craven. Mijn bloed is rooi. Ik is een matie. Ook ga ik dit veranderen.
Well, Alec, op daai noot, ek dink jy kan beter afeindig. Baie dankie. Thank you for your service to Marty Sport. It's been great to chat to you and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marty Sport. Thank you.
There we go. Alec Brown, now from, I want to say, the older generation to the younger generation. As you heard, he was actually manager of some water polo guys back in the day. Now, one of those water polo guys that weren't there back in the day is Lwazi. Welcome. He's been waiting patiently, listening to the stories of Alec Brown. Lwazi, firstly, looking snazzy, my friend. I almost want to ask who you're wearing, but do you even know?
Just an amalgamation of a lot of things, you know, my roommate's jacket, my friend's pants, you know, so I guess just repping everything.
How's the evening been so far for you?
Oh, it's been fantastic. It's always amazing to get to sit here and listen to all the amazing achievements from all the sportsmen around and sportswomen. So it's incredible to honor everyone tonight. So yeah.
And tell me, 2018, big year for Marty's water polo. You guys really got stuck in and did well. Highlights?
Yeah, I know there was a lot of highlights, especially this year. The men's team coming fourth at the World Championships, which was really good in Joburg, and the girls coming second actually did really well. We also had a few players representing South Africa this year as well, so it's just general like a really good achievement from both sporting clubs, and yeah, we're looking to better ourselves every year, and hopefully the next year gets even better.
Now we are celebrating student athletes, so how are the studies going?
I'll let you know next week.
So exams are coming up, right?
Yeah, they are coming up quick and fast, but I'm sure everyone here, knowing how busy their schedules are, everyone knows how to prepare for them. And yeah, we're all student athletes, you know, so we all know that our time is cramped and very valuable, so we know really how to study and hoping everyone the best for exams that are coming up.
Well, Lwazi, I know you've been waiting for your food. Guys are hungry, so good luck and enjoy the evening further. It was lovely to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything.
There we go, Lwazi from Marty's Water Polo. And then we've got another lovely lady looking absolutely smashing. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
No, I'm good. Look at you, girl. I want to ask Lwazi now, who's he wearing? Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing proudly Stephanie Brandt.
What? A netball player, designer?
No, not really. It's her dress.
Because roommates and teammates, you know, they swap out.
We're sisters. We have to share.
Now, Gold, you had a tough season, just losing in the semi-finals of Varsity Netball. But how are you guys feeling after that?
Well, it was tough and it was heartbreaking, but we are learning and we're just gonna build up from it, and we're not gonna let it push us down or stay down. We're gonna work hard, and next year is a new year for us to take it on.
I love how positive you ladies always are. Every year is like a new dawn, and you guys always take it. But tell me, how much hard work went into this year? Your preseason was hectic, I know, and you were studying as well.
Yes, it was very hectic from 5 o'clock in the mornings, 3 times a day sessions, 3 times a week, and it was hectic every day. Gym sessions in the morning, fitness. It was hectic, and training and studying and juggling exams. It was very hectic, but we know that at the end of the day it's going to be worth it, so yeah.
Okay, so if you had to think of Marty's as a whole, what springs to mind?
Marty's is a warm place. It's a place full of love and friends, and it's just a good environment to be in, and especially the netball, it's the best.
Unbiased opinion, yeah? Well, thank you so much for joining us. You look stunning, and enjoy the evening further.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. All right, so from the next, hello.
Thanks on yourself.
And tell me, you're looking stunning. I've been asking everyone, who are they wearing? Are you wearing a roommate or a flatmate? Or
I'm wearing a friend of a friend's.
See, that's how we do this, Stellenbosch, right? 2018, big year for you. How are you feeling?
It's great to be here. It's been a very busy year. I went to my first ever Commonwealth Games, which was really exciting for swimming. So that was awesome. I had such a great experience. I learned a lot. Otherwise, it's just been a great final year in Stellenbosch, rounding off my time here. It's been very special. I always love training at Stellies, and Marty's Sport especially has just been such great support. So it's been a great year overall.
So where to next for you?
So I am going to definitely carry on swimming. But I'm graduating at the end of this year, so onwards and upwards from here. I'm not exactly sure what the future holds, but I know it'll definitely carry on with swimming, so that's exciting.
Hopefully some gold medals still?
Hopefully, yeah, we'll see what the future holds.
And what are your thoughts on female swimmers at the moment? I mean, there aren't a lot of you at the moment, or they're not coming through. Why is that, and do you think that's changing?
Swimming, especially from the female side, has been struggling lately. We're really hoping to push forward some really great athletes coming up to the 2020 Olympic Games. I think the Youth Olympic Games now at the moment, seeing those female gold medalists coming through have just been awesome. And especially our very own Tatiana Schoonmaker in the swimming pool making such a splash at the Commonwealth Games this year. So that's been awesome. But as a whole, I think the support for female swimming has been great. So we're all just backing each other, and hopefully we'll see where we go.
I think that's absolutely awesome. Now, you're right up there with them, eh? Don't miss out on that. So what is your advice? I want to say, if you could tell younger female swimmers specifically, is any advice from your side that's been through the system, you've come to study, you're getting your degree rather, so what do you want to tell them?
My advice, I think, would just be to really persist in what you're doing. I know it's difficult coming out of high school, especially for females. You know, we hit that puberty stage, we hit a bit of a rocky stage, and the motivation is not always there. But just to carry on riding through the wave and the ups and downs, and overall you will end up where you're supposed to be.
Some great advice. Thank you so much, Emma, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much, Katua. Nice to see you.
There we go. Hey, how cool are our student athletes here at Marty Sport? Now, we're going to get back to the action in the next little bit, so do stay tuned to our live stream. Also, go follow the hashtag Marty's Sport Awards 2018, and go follow us on all our platforms if you haven't already. It's going to be a great evening, and as you can hear, the students are having fun.
And we're back. Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2018 Marty Sport Awards. We're into the second half of the evening. I hope that you've enjoyed the supper that you've enjoyed this evening. And now, I'd like to call on Kaz Naidu to come back on stage to help me with this lucky draw. I hope that you have taken your seats, everyone, and that you've held onto that little piece of paper that was in your program, because it has a red number, and if we draw that number, you will be a winner of this prize. Kaz, will you do the honors, please? Lucky number 32. Is that seriously? Number 32. Wow. Congratulations. Let's verify that, please. Let's verify that. Is it number 32? Oh my, that is 100% real. It's just been audited by myself. Congratulations, Mrs. Elam Groenewald. Thank you very much, Kaz. Round of applause. We're also back on live streaming. There might have been a few issues a little bit earlier on in this evening, but now we are streaming perfectly. Remember to go to that link. It's www.sun.ac.za/streaming. So you can WhatsApp or text your family and friends at home who would like to witness the rest of the proceedings this evening. They can go to that link, click on it. And for the rest of you, I hope that you are taking pics and tweeting and posting on Instagram and Facebook using the hashtag Marty's Awards 2018. For now, I'd like to call on Dr. Birgit Schreiber, Senior Director of Student Affairs, to the stage, please, to hand over the next set of certificates. And also, if I could have all sports managers in the following order, lining up for me as well on my right-hand side, your left-hand side, at that ramp over there. Candice Williams, Elroy Smith, Hadley Volkwein, Karen Swart, Kiran Maharaj, Mani Thomas, Mtunzi Heu, Pierre Durube. Can I just say his name again because it sounds so sexy? Pierre Durube. Quinton van Rooyen, that's equally sexy. Reggie Smith and Vincel Barnard. And a reminder to line up as quickly as possible. There are so many awards that we need to get through this evening.
Half and full colors. Half and full colors are awarded to student athletes who have demonstrated dedication, discipline, and excellence in performance. Half colors are awarded to those who have represented the university at senior and junior provincial level, including under 19, under 21, under 23, and in higher education and senior development teams. Full colors are awarded to those who have represented South Africa at international levels, including that of University Sport South Africa.
And if I could also ask those of you see your name in the program under this category, if you could start making your way to the stage as well, to the ramp on my right-hand side. Congratulations going out to Carlisle Hartman, canoeing, half colors. Guy Musto, canoeing, half colors. Brandon McLeod, canoeing, half colors. Evan Knight, canoeing as well, half colors. And Canna Peak, canoeing, full colors. A round of applause for those athletes for full and half colors in canoeing. David Beddingham, cricket, half colors. Kyle Simmons, cricket, half colors. Fritz de Beer, cricket, half colors. Vezokuhle Ntungwa, cricket, half colors. Karin van Rooyen, cricket, half colors. Ryan Murray, cricket, full colors. And Gerard Erasmus, cricket, full colors. A round of applause for those receiving half and full colors in cricket. Moving on to cycling, Gert Haynes, cycling, half colors. Tristan De Lange, cycling, full colors. Jacques Lloyd, cycling, full colors. Max Sullivan, cycling, full colors. And Nicola Gilomir, cycling, full colors. Round of applause for our cycling athletes receiving half and full colors. If you could make your way to the stage to receive your award, your certificates. In water polo, Georgia Moyer, water polo, full colors. Christine Abramser, water polo, full colors. Nicholas Downs, water polo, full colors. Luazi Madi, water polo, full colors. Cameron Lawrenson, water polo, full colors. If you could just make your way behind me, over there, thank you. Brandon Burke, water polo, full colors. Tasman Waite, water polo, full colors. And Keegan Clark, water polo, full colors. Round of applause, please. Craig Walters, football, full colors. Round of applause for Craig, please. In athletics, Garth Ellis, athletics, half colors. Jesse Perez, athletics, half colors. Keanu Moody, athletics, half colors. Mia Statler, athletics, half colors. Brittany Ace, athletics, half colors. Janke van Wyk, Athletics, full colors. Justine Palfreman, Athletics, full colors. Gardio Isaacs, Athletics as well, full colors. Wynand du Toit, Athletics, full colors. And Zani Krier, Athletics, full colors. Round of applause for our athletics recipients. And just remember, recipients, you need to make your way behind me. Somebody will escort you to the side foyer to take more official photographs. Sian Moore, netball, half colors. Carmen Cronier, netball, half colors. Danae Krill, netball, half colors. Shanae Peterson, netball, half colors. Callie Stewart, netball, half colors. Lauren Adendorf, netball, half colors. Inge Jansen van Vieren, netball, half colors. Tanya Chlabane, netball, half colors. Francis Olivier, netball, half colors. Claudia Jarrod, netball, half colors. Lindsay Ann Sparrow, netball, half colors. Stefanie Brandt, netball, full colors. And Nicola Talliard, netball, full colors. Round of applause for our netball recipients. Also, before I forget, Charmaine Bart, full colors for netball as well. Then Michelle Fisher, chess, full colors. Round of applause for Michelle. Henri Squinius, badminton, half colors. Brandon Nell, badminton, half colors. Round of applause for our badminton recipients. Philip Swanepoel, golf, half colors. Round of applause for Philip. Sinazo Solani, tennis, half colors. Lisa Moorman, tennis, half colors. Anya Lubber, tennis, half colors. Jandre Lessing, tennis, half colors. And Veyers Menkies, tennis, half colors. Round of applause for our tennis recipients this evening. In basketball, Londiwe Nodada, half colors. Corinne Musi, basketball, half colors. And Paul Haldenes, basketball, half colors, as well as Lorato Nhakane, basketball, full colors. A round of applause for our basketball recipients this evening. Kaylin Frazier, gymnastics, half colors. Leon Chen, gymnastics, half colors. Jared Mostert, gymnastics, half colors. And Cameron Wanless, gymnastics, half colors. Round of applause for our gymnastics recipients.
Subscribe to Toolroom TV.
Moving on to judo now. Jean-Marie Duplessis, judo, half colors. Luke Hill, judo, half colors. And Steven Fenter, judo, half colors. Round of applause for our judo recipients. In table tennis, congratulations goes out to Annelie Wessels, half colors. A round of applause for Annelie Wessels, half colors in table tennis. Moving on to swimming now, Bryce Pendock, swimming half colors. Max Kieser, swimming half colors. Brandon Gray, swimming half colors. Henry Herbst, swimming half colors. Nodia Opperman, swimming half colors. Emma Chelius, swimming full colors. And Reese Whittaker, swimming full colors. Round of applause for our swimming recipients. I am so tempted to say that they did swimmingly this year, but let's not get into the puns this evening. Moving on to rugby, Paul de Wet, rugby half colors. Edwal van der Merwe, rugby, half colors. Michal Hasner, rugby, half colors. Ernst van Rijn, rugby, half colors. Chris Rousseau, rugby, half colors. Aidan Topley, rugby, half colors. Hendrik Meyer, rugby, half colors. Christopher Schroeder, rugby, half colors. Marcel Tienison, rugby, half colors. Herman Leroux, rugby, half colors. Yazid Karim, rugby, half colors. Jordan Chayat, rugby, half colors. Jordan Sessinclair, rugby, half colors. And Cornell Smith, rugby, half colors. Round of applause for our rugby recipients. From the 15-man game, we go down to the sevens. Duncan Saal, rugby sevens, full colors. James Murphy, rugby sevens, full colors. And Impy Visser, rugby sevens, full colors. Back up to the 15-man game we go with Leon Lyons, rugby, full colors. Skalk Erasmus, rugby, full colors. Daniel Uester, rugby, full colors. Ben Jason Dixon, rugby, full colors. And Sazi Sandi with rugby, full colors. Round of applause for all our rugby recipients. Tom Richardson, hockey, half colors. Alex Stewart, hockey, half colors. Luke Schooling, hockey, half colors. Reese Aronser, hockey, half colors. Wade Dolman, hockey, half colors. Adrian Abrams, hockey, half colors. Diewald Rath, hockey, half colors. Gareth Tate, hockey, half colors. Jono Klutter, hockey, half colors. Jordan Turnbull, hockey, half colors. Mbuso Ngobozi, hockey, half colors. Rob McKinley, hockey, half colors. Rue Baker, hockey, half colors. Amy Lee Porter, hockey half colors, Julia Fleming. You guessed it, hockey half colors. Paige Phillips, hockey half colors. Amina Williams, hockey half colors. Brady Wiseman, hockey half colors. Caitlin Woodendal, hockey half colors. Elke Engelbrecht, hockey half colors. Lensa Cullinan, hockey half colors. Rebecca Caps, hockey half colors. Zola Nompuku, hockey half colors. Estelle Stamboli, hockey half colors. Jean Buerta, hockey half colors. Mishka Hendricks, hockey half colors. Holly Mashau, hockey half colors. Callan Haynes, hockey half colors. Letu Tomo, hockey half colors. And Michael Wagstaff, hockey half colors. We're still with hockey. Anthony Cartwright, hockey half colors. Brendan DeToy, hockey half colors. Chase Lawrence, hockey half colors. James O'Hare, hockey half colors. Nicholas Geiger, hockey half colors. Wesley Gardner, hockey half colors. Tia Klaassen, hockey half colors. Lida Kotza, hockey half colors. And Georgie Grobler, hockey half colors. Keenan Horn, hockey full colors. Clayton Saker, hockey full colors. Andrew Hobson, hockey full colors. Matthew Roman, hockey full colors. William Everly, hockey full colors. Max Pike, hockey full colors. Stephanie Buerta, hockey full colors. Sandisiwe Tabata, hockey full colors. Monique Botch, hockey full colors. Moya Smith, hockey full colors. Jamie Southgate, hockey full colors. And Amara Hendricks, hockey full colors. A big round of applause for all our hockey recipients. You've got to do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. There were so many hockey recipients. You've got to give them a huge round of applause, please. Finally, we move on to parasport. Or before we get to parasport, squash rather. Adam Sheen, squash, full colors. Round of applause for Adam. Just over here. Now on to parasport we go. Marius Kutsia, parasport, half colors. Christian Sadi, parasport, full colors. Charles DeToy, parasport, full colors. And Diane Bass, parasport, full colors. A big round of applause and congratulations to all our parasport recipients this evening. And as we are handing out those final sets of awards and colors for full and half colors in the various sports, a reminder to hop onto social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Use the hashtag Marty's Awards 2018. Thank you very much. Once again, congratulations to all of those who received full and half colors. At this stage, a big thank you to Dr. Birgit Schreiber, Senior Director of Student Affairs. And a big thank you to all the managers as well. Now, I would like to call on stage Marty's Sport Director, Mr. Jerry Larker, and Head of High Performance, Mr. Sean Sermon, to hand out our special awards.
Special awards. These are awarded to winners of USA tournaments, national club champions, varsity sport and or varsity cup champions.
And our USA winners are Marty's Canoeing 2017, Marty's Water Polo 2017,
USA winners,
Marty's Rugby, Marty's Cycling, Marty's Badminton, and Marty's Athletics Half Marathon. Big round of applause for all our USA winners. And now, for our varsity sports winners. Before we move on to the varsity sports winners, just allow us a few moments, because there are 65 recipients now that need to receive their medals and certificates. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, just in case you threw that little piece of paper away because your number wasn't drawn, and now you have forgotten the link to share with your friends and family at home that would like to stream us, just tell them that it's www.sun, that's sun.ac.za/streaming, so that they can enjoy this event with you this evening. And also a reminder to all the recipients, so once you receive your award, just make your way behind me. Somebody will escort you through the doors in the wings of the stage to the side foyer where you will take an official photograph.
varsity sports or varsity cup winners.
And the winners for varsity sports, the Marty's Rugby Varsity Cup team, as well as the Marty's Rugby Young Guns. If they can make their way to the stage, and there are quite a number of them, in fact 96 recipients. If they could make their way to the stage, the Varsity Cup team and the Young Guns And forgive me if I don't know the difference between the Varsity Cup team and the Young Guns, because they're all equally big, and I wouldn't want to mess with them. Maar hulle het uitstekende rugby gespeel hierdie jaar. Congrats, man.
Recognition Award for Coaches. This award recognizes 2 coaches, one for individual and one for team sports, who have conducted an outstanding program for student athletes, supported the Marty Sport High Performance Program, instilled good sportsmanship in players, and who have, through this, grown their sport and student athlete performances.
And in the category for Coach of the Year individual, our nominees are Karen Yichu, Suzanne Ferreira, and Karen Leroux. And the winner is Karen Leroux. Unfortunately, Karen Leroux could not make it this evening, but we will be accepting it on her behalf. Now moving on to Coach of the Year team. The nominees are Havis Fourie, Ian Campbell McGeehee, and Vaughan Marlowe. And the winner is Havis Fourie.
Award. This is awarded to a team that has demonstrated a high level of administrative efficiency, leadership, and competitive performance both at a higher education and community league level. Commitment to excellence, as well as the promotion of the code within the university and external communities, is a consideration for this award.
And the nominees in this category are rugby, the water polo men's team, and the water polo women's team. And the winner is the Marties Rugby First Team. And the gentlemen in the rugby team, if you think you're coming up to the stage a lot, we just decided to start pre-season early. So that's why you're doing laps. Round of applause one more time for the Marties Rugby First Team. And just remember, gentlemen, those bottles that you're receiving is not for halftime. Okay. It's not an energy drink.
Top Club Award. This is awarded to a club that demonstrated a high level of administrative efficiency and competitive performance at a higher education level or at community league level. Membership must consist of 75% student athletes. In addition, the criteria include club management, fundraising, sponsorships, events management, committee representation and functioning, marketing of the club, awards, tournaments and outreach programs, and club official representation at various levels including provincial, national and international.
And the winner is Marties Rugby.
Jammer om te pla, hy moet weer klaar, sy geld is op 'n la, pa moet maar weer stuur, die boeke is maar duur, min weet waar die geld is vir plesier. Dis altyd lente in die oë van die Stellenbosch studente, dis altyd lente in die oë.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And a big thank you to Sean and Jerry, Mr. Lark and Mr. Sermon. Thank you very much for joining us on stage. And now, for the crowning of your Supreme Individual Athletes of 2017. At this time, I'd like to call on Professor Stan du Plessis, if he could make his way to the stage. And as he comes up, enjoy a short clip from Marty's sports staff who salute you, our student athletes. They love their jobs, and that job is to provide the best student experience possible.
Sportspersons of the Year. Winners of this category are selected from those that have achieved full colors. An emphasis is placed on academic excellence, as well as representation at senior provincial, national and/or international levels for events recognized by USA, provincial national federations, and/or the South African Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee. Parasport Sportsman of the Year. Diane Buys. Diane won a silver medal in the T30 800 meter at the Commonwealth Games in Australia. Christian Sadi. Christian won a silver medal in the S7 50 meter freestyle event as a member of Team SA in the Commonwealth Games in Australia. He also collected 3 silvers in the IPC World Championships in Mexico, in 50 meter freestyle, 50 meter butterfly and 100 meter butterfly. He took an Africa record in the 100 meter butterfly and 50 meter freestyle. Charles du Toit. Charles won a bronze medal in the Commonwealth Games in Australia in the T37 100 meter event in a world record time.
And the winner is Christian Sadi. A round of applause one more time for Christian Sadi.
Sportswoman of the Year. Stefanie Brandt. Stefanie was contracted to play professionally with Surrey Storm in the UK in the first half of 2018. She was also a non-travelling reserve for the SA Fast 5 team competing in Australia. Emma Chilius. Emma was elected as part of the South African team for the Commonwealth Games that took place on the Gold Coast in Australia. Amara Hendricks. Amara captained the SA Under-18 hockey team that made history by being the first team to beat Australia in a series. She was selected for the Western Province Under-21 team. She took part in the Youth Olympic Games and won gold in the Africa Youth Games.
And the winner is Amara Hendricks. Unfortunately, Amara couldn't make it this evening, but we will be accepting this award on her behalf. Once again, a round of applause for Amara Hendricks.
Batsman of the Year. David Bedingham. David was named Boland Cricket Player of the Year and Boland Cricket Senior 3-Day Player of the Year. He was awarded a contract with the Cape Cobras as a student athlete, a first in SA cricket. In his first game, he scored an unbeaten century. David also played for Boland in the Africa T20 World Cup. Duncan Saul. Duncan was named Backline Player of Varsity Cup 2018 and a key player in his team's overall win. He was a member of the team that took gold at USA, and he was selected for the SA Students Sevens that took gold at the World Student Championships. Duncan is a member of the Western Province Currie Cup squad. Lwazi Madi. Lwazi was selected for the SA men's team to the FINA Men's Water Polo World Cup in Berlin. Lwazi has been named as the standout player for South Africa by national coaches.
And the winner is... We'll tell you after the break. No, I'm just kidding. Duncan Saul.
Watching as I fall to the water calling. Watch me as I sing to the sea and always remember.
Once again, a huge round of applause for our Sportsman of the Year, Duncan Saul. Can you all give a big round of applause to all our award recipients this evening, ladies and gentlemen? And also, thank you, Professor Stan du Plessis, for handing out those awards. Now, before we open the dance floor, I'd like to invite Mr. Larker back on stage to say a few words of thanks.
Thank you, Program Director. I don't know whether is it a coincidence that myself and the Chief Director are wearing maroon today. It's as if we discussed it in the office, and I was really surprised when I saw her when I arrived here that she's wearing maroon and I'm wearing a maroon suit also. So it shows that great leaders think alike. Prof. Stan, the COO of Stellenbosch University, Dr. Ronel Retief, SU Registrar. Prof, may I say all protocol observed and continue with my speech. Let me first start by giving glory to God for giving me and you the opportunity to be here today and also making sure that Stellenbosch University Centenary Year at Matisport has been a renowned success for 2018. It is by His grace that we are here today. I would also like to express, on behalf of the Chief Director, Matisport, our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Kes Naidu for having graced the Matisport Awards with her presence. Thank you very much. We also warmly thank and appreciate the ever-energetic Prof. Stan du Plessis for his extraordinary support for Matisport and that of the Rector's management team. Please, Prof, pass our words of gratitude to the Rector's team, and we really appreciate their support. I would further like to thank all the distinguished guests invited here today for accepting our invitation and also gracing us with your presence. We would further like to thank all the deans of the faculties for their valuable cooperation and support, which gives our students athletes an opportunity to participate in international and national events. Thank you very much also to the heads of all various support services at SU for their continuous support in all our efforts. Prof. Stan, I'll be failing in my duty today if I overlook the hard-working collective at Matisport, which includes the club committees, coaches, and team managers. Thank you all wholeheartedly for ensuring that we always support these athletes. Together, we overcame every problem and challenges which have now become the milestone for us. Let me also appreciate and thank Alec for the 45 years of service at Matisport. Alec is finishing at the end of November in 2018. There he is. Alec, you'll be missed by rugby and cricket. Thank you very much. It is common knowledge that a car will not be able to move without a driver. Allow me also to pass words of gratitude to the Chief Director of Matisport, Mrs. Tilam Grunewald, for leading the Matisport ship to greater heights. It is said that true stars rise to the top, not by chance, but through purpose and passion. Leaders stand out by the nature of their commitment and integrity of their character. You are a really true leader, and you have shown the passion in your leadership. Your leadership is building our future with creativity and vision. Thank you very much for being a great colleague and a great leader. Thank you, Mrs. Grunewald. We'd like also to thank our sponsors and partners, which includes FNB, Varsity Cup, Varsity Sports, University Sports South Africa, and the Department of Sports and Recreation. I would also further like to thank the Matisport board under the leadership of Freki Nodier, who's not here today. But thank you very much for your advice and also for your leadership to the Matisport senior team management. Prof. Sten, be assured here today that the students, athletes, coaches, and administrators we honored here today have devoted their time selflessly to the development of sport here in Stellenbosch University. Through their efforts, we can and must be able to compete with the best in the world. To the student athletes, I would like to say that our achievements at Matisport are shaped by the strength of the foundations we set. Excellence is potential shaped into a more perfect state through vision, dedication, and determination. Like a circle, the pursuit of excellence has no end. We salute your unwavering commitment to the outstanding personal and team performances. We all know that it is not easy to be a student athlete, but like many of the athletes will tell you, gathered here today, will tell you that it was indeed worth it. Some of you will leave the university in 2019. Please take note. Your ambition will not be on the same level with your friends and colleagues. Be the best of yourself, not the best of another person. Everybody's timing is different. If you follow your own time, you will be successful in your time, and your success will last for a long time, and it will be great legacy. Thank you for your commitment to excellence, both in academic and sporting careers. Thank you very much. We really salute these great sportsmen and women for helping us to reach the goal of offering a unique sporting experience at Stellenbosch University, and also by achieving the university's strategic objective of maintaining excellence. Indeed, we are indebted to all of you here today for making it possible for us to package a memorable recognition of excellence gesture for this magnitude for our deserving students in the centenary year of the university. This will go a long way in the history of this institution. Many thanks to the organizing team under the leadership of Liz for putting together this prestigious event. It was not easy, but it finally came to be. Lastly, let me thank the program director for the wonderful job that he did today. He deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jerry Laka. And allow me to leave you on this note. And I was inspired, in fact, by the words of Kaz Naidu this evening. On the surface, what might seem as words of discouragement, she took and she turned it into something to inspire her to achieve her goals and her dreams. So allow me to leave that with you this evening. That when you receive what seems to be like negative energy, know that scientifically, maybe the answer is not to ignore it, but to transform it. Because scientifically, energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be transformed. So when you receive that negative energy, be the transducer to transform it into positive energy in order to achieve your goals. I was your host for this evening for the 2018 Marty Sport Awards. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ibrahim Inglis. Enjoy the rest of your evening. For those who are going home, safe home. And for the rest of you, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night and God bless.
And that's it from us here at the Marty Sport Awards 2018. What an evening it was, celebrating our student athletes, those both on and off the field, making our clubs tick and strive for excellence every single day. Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to gooi mielies. See you next year.